in the war against major crime. There's a new team of officers out on patrol.
He's out.
Stay there! Officer with a taser!
Handpicked, their task to tackle the most hardened criminals.
Get on the floor, now!
Meet the Sentinels.
I want to catch bad guys. I want to get in people's faces.
Accept nothing, believe no one, and challenge everything.
The latest police tactics revealed for the first time. They drive the fastest police cars on the road.
We are left. Risk is high.
It's crashed.
Decamp.
They use targeted live criminal intelligence
It's a black Bentley Continental.
with the help of an all-seeing matrix of cameras.
It should be hitting them within the next 60 seconds.
Open the window! Oh, you're going to smash! Open the window!
The result? Criminals face overwhelming force.
We're going to make life as difficult for them as we absolutely can, again and again and again.
The most wanted hunted down.
Yeah, whoever it was, he floored it.
In a deadly game of cat and mouse.
Be advised, he's violent.
Don't stop.
Listen, I don't give a He's got warning signals for weapons.
This vehicle is possibly involved in human trafficking.
Open the door!
These are the Sentinels.
This is where the excitement really starts to build up.
And this is Fast Justice. Coming up, a supercar linked to money laundering fails to stop.
Stop!
A suspect refuses to come quietly.
Language, carry on swearing, you'll get arrested for public offence.
Stop using that as an excuse. Sir, let me finish.
And the Sentinels unravel a pack of lies.
Why have you lied to us?
Ipswich. Pre-shift.
Bye.
So, who's got the most arrests on the team so far? On this team so far? Probably you.
Probably me, to be fair.
How many have you had, Woods?
About none, I reckon. I think the most arrests have been by Daniel.
Look at him.
Yes.
Oh, we think we know it was Dan.
I mean, most are trumped up charges.
Joking aside, it's down to business for the Sentinels. They hit the streets and await instructions from Sergeant Mike Moon on control.
Go ahead.
Tonight, 3 of the Sentinels' turbocharged BMWs are prowling Ipswich. Almost immediately, a suspect vehicle activates an ANPR camera.
It's a black Bentley Continental.
Mike alerts Dan Newson and Sam Maples in car 83 to a luxury vehicle likely to be carrying an equally high-end suspect.
He's disqualified from driving. He still drives the vehicle. He's been arrested for money laundering in August 20. He previously provided false details.
Proceed, we'll take a look.
The Bentley's been caught on camera heading towards Dan and Sam's location. They set an instant trap.
Fine, check straight away.
8-3 went out of the pad.
It should be hitting them within the next 60 seconds.
What's this coming up here?
It's a bit, looks like Bentley did.
Yeah, I think it is a bit.
8-3, we're behind the vehicle now.
8-3 behind the vehicle, thank you. I think we'll call that 45 seconds.
The Bentley driver is totally oblivious that the Sentinels are onto him, and they want a closer look before they put on the blues and pull him over.
We'll be stopping him on Scrivener very shortly.
But when they light him up, the supercar refuses to stop.
Vehicle's not stopping at this time. Vehicle's not stopping at this time.
Dan and Sam face a game of cat and mouse. The Bentley is one of the few cars on the road that could outpace their 150 miles per hour BMW 330. After a tense standoff, the suspect suddenly ditches his wheels.
8-3 update. Right, so the driver has made off on across a field on foot. He's decamped from the vehicle.
Nearby, officers Sophie and Woody in car 82 race to the scene.
They've managed to pursue him on foot, so we're now just trying to make best progress we can to them.
8-3, please provide an update.
Hey, Bruce. How you doing? Nailed the tank.
Got the driver.
I chased him. It was pitch black, so we couldn't see what's underfoot. He then falls over. I think, oh, I've got a chance of getting him here. Then I fall over again. Have to lug myself up, carry on. After about the 5th or 6th time falling over, I go to get up. I look to my right, and Dan's there. He's obviously found some sort of footpath. So he's got his torch out. Bloke's knackered, and he's hid behind a tree. So I've chased him all this time. Dan just trots along, finds him behind a tree, and arrests him.
At this time, you're under arrest on suspicion of dangerous driving, failed stop, and disqualified driving. You got anything on you shouldn't have?
The game is up, but the man seems quite pleased with his late-night sprint.
Yo, the good one. Yes, it was. Are you all right? Any injuries or anything? No.
The driver who ran off from his Bentley Continental is the same man who uses aliases and was arrested for money laundering and is disqualified from driving. And the driver makes off on foot when the police try and pull him over. That's strange.
Dan and Sam have the suspect in cuffs, and Sophie and Woody aren't far behind.
8-2 arrived with 8-3.
Now he's back at the car. It seems the man's runner's high is wearing off.
He's been arrested for disqual, dangerous driving, and failed to stop.
Yeah.
Do you want to sit him in the car, or are you happy over here with it? Sit in the car?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
You need to stay this side. Stay up. Sit up.
You need to sit properly. What are you doing?
No, I want to throw up. Just run off.
You're going to throw up. You're going to get out of the car.
Go out that way if you're going to be sick. Face that way. Well, sit properly then.
Running, caught red-handed and arrested. After all that, the suspect is suffering.
You okay, man?
Just that run, that quick running.
Can't run. Don't be sick on our car, though.
No.
Yeah, don't ruin this car.
No.
There is an open can of Red Bull in there, and he's just said that he's downed a load of Red Bull, and that's obviously not settled well in his stomach with his short pursuit along the fields with our officer behind him.
We got a bag we can give him.
Yeah, paper
Just
bag.
get a paper bag. So
If people are sick, we have to get it taken away for a deep clean. So we don't want that. So it takes it off the road, and you get the obviously horrible smell and disgusting, and that makes us all feel ill.
make sure you get your head right in there, right?
And the man now has something else to feel sick about. He's off to custody.
Well, we're going to headquarters now, Marcham. You into Marcham, pick the call?
On the way to the nick, Sam is still sore that Dan beat him in the race to the arrest.
A bit like the tortoise and the hare with you there, wasn't it, Dan?
Excuse me?
It was, wasn't it, if you think about it? The tortoise always wins in the long run, doesn't
I always win.
The suspect's Bentley is being seized, but Woody and Sophie are having problems persuading the supercar to come peacefully.
That ain't gonna go, is it? Hang on. I don't reckon that's gonna go, mate. So he's gonna have to get the other truck to come out from Halesworth. It comes right up because you can't get it on because the front's too low.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A high-value car and a high-value case for the Sentinels. A disqualified driver whose luck finally ran out.
Why would he run? Because he's not had time to come up with a plan. But this is what people do, you know. If he's going to drive a £60,000 motor car uninsured, he doesn't have any regard for the law, does he? So, but that's why he keeps getting caught.
8-3 to George. We just got into the dock. Do you want to take that bag with you?
Yes, please. I won't need it, need to actually do number 2 units.
No worries.
The man later pleaded guilty to driving while disqualified and without insurance. He was jailed for 16 weeks and disqualified from driving for a further 27 months.
Would I run? No.
Lunchtime in Ipswich. Sentinels John Wood and George Harvey are on a patrol that is about to become anything but routine. Sergeant Moon on control receives intelligence about possible drug dealing.
The Astra is now 4 up. IC1 female driving the vehicle, dark hair.
A1 received.
Yeah, that's a turquoise Astra.
Sophie Mitchell and Sam Maples in 8-1 also joined the hunt.
Is it drugs in? So we're going to try and stop that vehicle just to see who's in there and what have they got and see if there is enough for a search there.
The guys are now looking for a vehicle probably occupied by somebody that we've had dealings with before. It's likely that this vehicle may be involved in drug dealing, and the guys are just making their way to see if they can find it now.
The car we're looking for really does stick out. Me and Sam stopped it last week.
Let's go and find them.
Yeah.
Even though the officers know the driver and the car they're after, they don't yet know exactly where it is. Woody and George are on the outskirts of town, while Sophie and Sam are closer to the centre.
We've got one car heading to it from the centre of town. We're going to come round town, cut in through the bypass and see if we can intercept it.
Then the suspect car pings an ANPR camera close to where it was first spotted.
It's potentially moving again.
Hang on, Steve.
So the vehicle's been sighted again. We've been given a more accurate location. We're just going to head there, take up positions so that we can prevent it from exiting the area. So straight over again, mate. Your next left will be Woodbridge Road, so you might want to kill the lights. Just kill it all for silent approach.
Both cars are now close to the suspect Astra.
It might be worth coming off Blues.
So they kill the sirens so as not to alert the driver to their presence. Now it's down to team tactics and eagle eyes.
There it is.
And it's Woody and George who spot it first.
8-2. Vehicle has just gone past us. Stand by for road name. Currently on Caldwell Hall Road. Vehicle appeared to be 3 up.
Yeah, received. We might be coming towards it.
Just keep obs on it.
Sophie and Sam are close by. The team won't make the stop on the Astra until both Sentinel cars are in place.
If we've got more than one unit, we're going to put one in front, one behind. We're going to make it a lot more difficult to people to escape. If they've got a vehicle in front of them and a vehicle behind them, their mindset isn't going to be one that they're going to get away particularly easily.
Because they don't know which direction the Astra's heading, it's vital the two Sentinel units maintain close radio contact.
We are now directly behind that vehicle. Still on Caldwell Hall Road.
What direction are you travelling?
In the direction of Derby Road.
Yeah, we'll try and fit up because you'll be going to come past us shortly.
All received.
As we came past the vehicle, it appeared to have at least 3, potentially 4 occupants.
We're set up at the tiling flooring place just before the little bridge.
We are now caught at the traffic lights of Caldwell Hall Road with Foxhall Road.
Yeah, received. We should see you shortly.
Sophie and Sam are waiting in a car park just up the road. And once the lights turn green,
Here we go straight over.
All received.
It's time to strike. Sophie waits for the Astra and the other cop car to come past before joining the pursuit. But despite the blue lights and sirens, the driver of the Astra seems unaware she's the target, waving the police car through before pulling over with a Sentinel either side of her. Woody's got the driver, a woman he's dealt with in the past.
Okay. Follow me to his nursery.
No, you're going to detain.
Detain for what?
A drug search.
Yes, but my son's in nursery. Can you let me phone the nursery?
Not at the moment.
My son is in nursery, bro. What are you doing?
I'll explain to you what we're doing.
Give me my phone. Let me phone my mum. Get my son from nursery. Not going to happen. My son is 19 months.
Let me just explain, all right? You're being detained for a drug search at the moment on PC 1986.
There are 2 other passengers in the woman's car.
Language. You're in a place, right? If you carry on swearing, you get arrested for a public order offence, right? No, I'm telling you now, that's your first warning. All right?
Don't get in my face.
Carry on swearing, you'll get arrested for a public order offence.
Tell her don't get me in my face. Don't get in my face.
You've been detained for a Section 23 misuse.
On what grounds? On what grounds have you got to do that?
On the grounds that there's information that you are supplying drugs in the area.
Are you taking the
8-1 to control.
Control, go ahead.
We've got 3 detained here. I rate the other 2 being okay at the moment.
I think there's a real lack of respect for police in society these day and age. Wind back 50 years ago when police officers were maybe a little bit more harsh and physical and people knew not to mess with their local bobby on the beat, you know, with the truncheon and that, but it just doesn't happen these days. I mean, I think the respect for us wearing a uniform is totally gone.
The two passengers in the car, one male, one female, aren't known to the team. They're both calmer than the driver.
Do you have anything on you? Do you have any drugs on you? No. No cannabis or anything? No. Okay.
Sergeant Moon decides to run the female passenger's details through the police national computer.
Last arrested in November 19 for theft in dwelling. She's got 21 linked investigations, none of which are outstanding.
Do you smoke cannabis still?
No.
How much cash you got on you?
200, I think.
200?
Yeah.
The male passengers also denied any wrongdoing.
When I search you, am I going to find anything?
No, you're not, no.
What sorts of things were you known to police for?
Just it's like theft of a bike, and I did get caught with a bit of cannabis, like back in the day.
Do you still use drugs?
That was when I was young, like, no, not really, no.
How old are you?
I was 14 at the time, yeah.
So you're 18 now?
Yeah. Sorted my life out now.
He has previously been arrested in 2016 for Peewits, Class B. 11 linked investigations, none outstanding as a suspect. God, he looks young.
Although everyone is known to police, the driver is denying any association with drugs.
You know me, I don't smoke, I don't do that.
But the smell coming from the car tells a different story.
Who's the cannabis user then? It absolutely stinks in there.
I'm not a cannabis user.
Your car stinks of cannabis.
What does cannabis smell like?
I can't think how you describe it.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. I mean, the smell of cannabis is so distinctive.
I don't know how I'd describe the smell. It's a hard one to describe, actually.
There was no way there was not going to be any trace of cannabis within that car or on them persons. It was just far too strong.
You will know. Do you not know? No, I'm sure.
It stinks in your car. Is it a bit odd?
Maybe it's your car.
Smelling of cannabis?
I can't smell anything.
No, I'm sure you can't. We'll go to a car and it will stink of cannabis and they'll say, oh no, we haven't smoked it, or no one in this car smokes it. And to have that fresh smell of cannabis, it's not going to stick to material like that. It's clearly been used recently inside the vehicle.
With no one admitting to smoking or possessing cannabis,
I'll get started on the car.
George turns detective. Having been able to call her son's nursery,
I've been pulled over by the police and I need to check my licence.
the driver recognises Woody and is now in a better mood.
He cuffed me before they pulled my hand out the cuffs. Remember? I wish I had small enough hands to do that. No, he just didn't do the job properly, did you?
Keep your hands down, stop
I'm a
moving.
changed person. When you guys realise that, yeah, you can spend your time doing something that's actually useful and like actually catching drug dealers.
Give us a name, we'll go and catch them.
I'm not a snitch, mate.
We do have our regular customers. And there's people that will stop over and over again. Obviously, for us, we work on intelligence. If that intelligence continues to come in, then we will continually stop the same people, search the same people. It ends up being a bit of banter between us sometimes.
But today the driver has told the truth. The officers haven't found any drugs in the car, but given the intel and the time it took to stop the vehicle, this isn't the end of proceedings.
I think they've had plenty of time to conceal something if need be. So when they've seen us, they've
been behind us a long. We've been behind
it for a while.
Yeah, we'll take them all in. We just need another female officer to assist Sophie.
Control for mate 2. Are you happy for us to take them in for a strip search?
Now to break the news to the three suspects.
Due to the smell in the car, the previous intel, we are going to take you for strip searches. All right?
So what's your reason for the strip search, considering you found nothing at all?
Due to the strong smell of cannabis. The fact that you've had time from the time that you've seen us at the roundabout. We know you've seen us at the roundabout because you waved pretty much. And by the time that you've got down to here, you've had plenty of time to secrete anything. Due to the smell, there's a possibility that you may have done that. Okay, we suspect that might be the case, and as such, we're going to take you for a strip search.
Despite what lies ahead, the two women seem more worried about their personal hygiene than the thought of any drugs being found.
That's horrible. I haven't had a shower today. I told you, no. I said as soon as we leave the house, we're going to go in for a dirty no shower strip search today. And look what's happened.
After being arrested, nothing was found on the driver or the male passenger. But the female passenger isn't going anywhere.
After removing her from the police car, she's tried to conceal a small amount of cannabis, personal use cannabis, in the car. She's then been brought in for her strip search. That's been negative, so she's now being interviewed here now in relation to that offence.
She tried to hide cannabis in the police car that brought her in. Unsurprisingly, the officers spotted it, and she received a warning for possession. "45 miles away from Ipswich, another Sentinel team roams the roads, actively targeting serious criminals. For PC's Chris Smye and Danny Morse, tonight business may be slow, but at least they have the opening of a new burger restaurant to look forward to.
26th, Danny. It's opening on the 26th. Come on, get excited. You know you want the bacon double.
No.
Whopper.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with their burgers. I have had...
What?
But all thoughts of fast food are soon forgotten when a suspicious-looking vehicle makes an appearance in front of them.
He looks dodgy.
Looks a little bit dodgy, doesn't he?
An oncoming driver looks scared of the police. A red flag to the Sentinels.
For me, it's how people look at the marked vehicles, it's how people look at officers in uniform. A lot of the stops I've had are literally because somebody is just paying a massive amount of attention to the vehicle or the officers. If it doesn't look right, the chances are it isn't right. Where was he gone? There he is, he's parked up.
The vehicle has pulled up outside a late-night takeaway joint. They radio the car into Hodsey on control.
Go ahead.
Should come back as a Fiat Punto.
Yes, in grey.
Is it your car?
Yes.
Yeah, you got a licence on you? What sort of licence is it? Is it a UK licence or?
I have the national.
It's a UK driving licence, yeah? Yeah.
My country driving license.
Sorry?
My country driving license.
Which country is that?
Iraq.
Iraq, okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been driving in England?
Should be 3, 4 months.
Months?
Yeah.
So what ID have you got on? You got a ID card on you?
No, all lost in home.
You got a bank card at all?
All
Something with your name on?
The Sentinels need to carry out basic checks on the man, but with no ID and a language barrier, it's going to be tricky.
So what month did you arrive in England? Which month? May. Okay.
22 May over the open insurance.
May what, sorry?
22 of May open insurance and
open
insurance.
Insurance, sorry.
Insurance.
Yo, you started the insurance for the car.
Yeah.
Is that when you arrived?
Yeah.
Communication can be a problem. Now Sentinel Officer Mark Williams has joined them.
So how did you get into England? Not plane?
By car and rail.
Car and rail?
Walk,
Walk?
The man has told them his name and date of birth.
And you're waiting, yeah?
Know what his immigration status is?
What is your immigration status?
Sheffield.
No, your immigration status, do you know, are you classed as an asylum seeker?
Yeah.
Or something else?
No.
Asylum seeker.
He says he's an asylum seeker.
Yeah.
He's saying he went back to Iraq last year and then came back here again, so I'm slightly confused.
Sensing a hole in the man's story, Chris gets onto Border Force.
I think people, no matter where you're from, no matter what language you speak, your body betrays you. I think the percentage is like 60% is non-verbals, be it shifting around, doing things with your hands, looking places. So even though they might not speak English, their non-verbals give them away. Have you got any identification on you? ID card, passport?
No have. I'm waiting for me.
So how did you get into the country with no ID?
I don't know, I'm waiting for Home Office.
So just take a seat on that chair for me, please.
Does Border Force have anything on this man and his asylum claim? As Chris waits on the phone, Danny checks the driver's insurance documents and makes a startling discovery.
That's been sent.
Oh, that's a different date of birth. He's got a date of birth. There we go.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the correct date of birth.
He said his birthday was in October, but his insurance document has a different date. And the new date reveals more than he wanted the Sentinels to know.
So the new date of birth is... Yeah, that's him.
That's it, right?
They've stopped a guy and things aren't quite adding up. He gave a false date of birth, so now got his real date of birth. Gone to immigration and they're interested in, but he's got a claim in for asylum, and everything just doesn't sit right.
Knowing police have now positively identified him, the man makes a confession.
Okay, he's saying they deported him from Germany back to here.
The deport, deport.
Deport?
No,
to Germany.
He went to
Germany.
Germany.
Deported me for here.
Okay, Germany
Yeah.
deported him, he's now saying.
Oh, the
Germany
Germany
deported him
still-
back
on
here.
It's not looking good for the Iraqi man.
What do they say in...
Immigration are not happy because it would appear that has been giving us the runaround a little bit
Okay.
by providing your date of birth wrong. Okay?
Is that wrong?
So you gave my colleague the date of birth.
I don't know.
This is quite different to the one on the letter.
You do? You do. So stop using that as an excuse.
Sir, let me finish. Because you have tried
To go to Germany, and Germany have gone, no, 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 no. You need to go back to the UK.
because you
I'm
need
not
to...
talking
Let
about
me
it.
finish. Okay? Because immigration have told me from their systems...
That you were deported from Germany because you were meant to claim asylum here.
Earlier, he told Danny he had no money at all, so the Sentinels are curious.
Why have you pulled in here?
I'm gonna buy pizza.
But you've got no money.
I have money. Why are you talking about?
Where's your money? Have you got money?
No. You've just said you've got money, so where's your money?
No, I have money now.
So how are you going to buy a pizza? You need to start being honest.
I can't explain for you.
Right. Do you have any money?
No.
It's a yes or no. Do you have
No,
any
I have
money?
any money.
No money.
Friend,
Okay. Right. Let me finish. Do you have any friends in that kebab shop?
I have £10. Listen, I have a £10. I buy.
Okay.
Please go.
Okay.
There are just too many holes in this man's story.
Okay, we're going to search you. Yep.
He said he has nothing on him.
I have no wallet. I have no ID.
What's that then?
Why have you lied to us?
Is that my driving license?
Don't start saying to me now, oh, what's this?
That's not the only surprise.
How many pizzas did you want?
Oh dear.
2 rolls of banknotes. Now the Sentinels need to find out how the suspect came by such a stash of cash when asylum seekers are not permitted to work.
Okay, sir, at this moment in time, you're under arrest on suspicion of laundering money. The necessity for the arrest is to prevent your disappearance, okay, and to allow searches to be conducted
and for you to be interviewed.
The man later admitted to working at a shop belonging to a friend. And after searching his home, the Sentinels found a large amount of counterfeit cigarettes. They were seized and he was released. At the time of filming, he remains under investigation. As the sun rises over Lowestoft, the Sentinel East team have deployed to fight criminals using the roads. Regan Bradshaw and Mark Williams are in car 92.
Attention.
When their onboard ANPR camera pings a suspect car.
Is to squad drive. 9-2 to control. Just had a moonshot marker. Was with this one. Vauxhall Course, a silver.
Moonshot is an operation organised by Norfolk Police. This vehicle of interest has strayed into Suffolk, and the Sentinels want some of the action. Mark gets his foot down, and they soon have the target vehicle in their sights.
Yeah, we've got the vehicle. It's currently going all the way around the roundabout, going back towards Yarmouth Road.
The courser spots the Sentinels lurking on its tail and adopts classic anti-surveillance tactics.
Oh, I think we possibly could have her trying to avoid us here, going round and round the roundabout.
Round and round the roundabout they go, until the driver realises the game is up.
Yeah, it looks like the female driver. Just going round and round.
Stay in the car! Stay in the car!
A few miles away, Danny and Chris in 9-3 are also responding to the call.
They've caught up with the vehicle, which was going in the other direction, and they've got the vehicle stopped now.
Control.
Go ahead.
Regan calls through to control to see if the female driver is disqualified.
A full substantive licence with no points.
It looks like Danny and Chris might be overkill, as the driver has a licence after all.
What do you need? Okay, so nothing's been done yet. They've just burnt bridge towing.
But then Hodsey on control turns their attention to the passenger.
Who have you got as a passenger?
What's your surname, sir?
Yeah, there's intel on him that he's linked to supply of drugs.
No. Have you taken anything?
No.
Swallowed anything?
No.
No? Okay.
A meat and potatoes disqualified driver stop has suddenly revealed more interesting fare.
The occupants of the vehicle have been detained for a drug search under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. While colleagues are searching them, we're going to actually search the vehicle.
It doesn't take long for the Sentinels to start digging up further evidence.
Can you let Regan know she's got empty cannabis bags in her handbag? Just one. If we find an empty drug bag, we sit there and go, well, hang on a minute, where are the drugs? Is there anything more that we're missing? I'm just thinking, drug drive.
Sergeant Lee Simons in 9-0 pulls up to monitor a routine stop that's just become more interesting.
Hey guys, just for info, that vehicle came into Lowestoft, hit the southbound camera at 13:20 and then went out at 13:53, if that's any help for you.
That's what I say, thank you.
Officers question the driver about her journey, and she's told them she and the passenger have just been to a gastropub.
9-0 from 90.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they've been to the lighthouse for breakfast. That's why they're in Lowestoft.
24 years of experience tell the Sarge that something doesn't add up.
Hodsey, what's the timings on that, in and out?
Half an hour, 13:20 and then 13:53. Breakfast at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, 9-2, that's a load of you can't even get in, get parked, get served at the lighthouse and eat and leave in that time.
It's a great little place, great cafe, been there loads of times, know it quite well, but there's no way that within that short space of time of getting seated, getting food and getting out, it just doesn't work, so they'd lied to us.
The officers on the ground start drilling into the couple's story.
So you haven't got a receipt?
No.
How much did you pay for breakfast?
That was £14. What was £14 what? She left her bank card and I had to pay for it.
Okay.
Got the change in my pockets for accounts.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently, Sarge, they were £14.80 on a couple of breakfast.
So in half an hour they've got there parked, got served and eaten and left.
A dodgy story and an empty bag of drugs. What exactly were this couple up to in the disputed half hour? It's time to do a drug test.
Stand up for us, please. Out wide, open mouth up.
So, first things first, a roadside drug test for the driver. It will take just 8 minutes for the wipe to detect the presence of cannabis or cocaine. If it comes back positive, she'll have to do a blood test at the station, and it could lead to a loss of licence and a huge fine.
1419, being arrested on suspicion of driving motor vehicle next to specified drugs, okay?
Do not have to say anything, but it may harm the when questioned something later on in court. Anything you do say may be given the evidence. Come on, tested positive for cannabis.
Right, okay.
Okay? So, what will happen, we'll take you to the police station.
Right.
Go for some paperwork, and then you'll give a blood sample.
How am I going to...
It's sent back to a laboratory.
How long will we be there for?
I don't know, but we'll get you dealt.
So...
All right.
And it's bad news for the passenger too.
Obviously, you heard about the information while we stopped you and searched you. Further to that, I've found a little bag with trace and mount right by the front passenger seat, almost stuffed down in between the centre console and front passenger seat, okay? Yeah, but there's trace amount of cannabis. It's not something we'd deal with before, but because of that, we are going to do a proper search, a strip search, back of the station to make sure you haven't hidden it on you, okay?
You can see as much as you want, mate.
Okay.
We don't want to, trust me, but we need to make sure that you haven't got anything.
I'm do it anyway, just get it over with, mate.
It turns out that this isn't the man's first brush with the law.
What did you go to jail for, if you don't mind me asking?
Firearms, dangerous driving.
Really? Firearms?
Yeah.
Seriously? What sort of firearm, if you don't mind me asking?
Just tasers.
Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully not these ones. Because if you had this one, I'd be like, where the hell did you get this from? This was mine.
Yeah, they're a couple ones like that.
All right.
Pods or something.
How did you get hold of them?
I'll tell you that, mate.
Okay.
Whilst they talk taser, the Corsa is left at the roadside and the driver is on her way to the nick.
She's on her way to custody now, where we'll take some bloods and send them off for forensic analysis.
The team know exactly why they need to stop anyone driving under the influence.
It's dangerous, obviously, and if she does provide a sample and that proves over, obviously we've prevented her driving any further, potentially causing an accident, harm to herself or anybody else.
The driver will have to wait months for the result of her blood test. The passenger was strip searched. Nothing was found, but it proved to be a costly brunch for them both. Ipswich, mid-afternoon. In car 82, Sentinel officers John Wood and Sam Chittock are feeling the effects of an early start. An Audi A3 has just triggered their ANPR.
We just had an activation, we're just trying to turn for it. Go right to Station Street.
Eager to avoid them, the Audi's taken off at breakneck speed.
Yeah, it looks like it's moving pretty quickly. It's gone right onto Worsted Road towards Oxford Street.
Down from Lowestoft for the shift, Hodsey is running Ipswich control.
Just pinged you again, hasn't it?
As the Audi races through the streets, Sophie Mitchell and Dan Newson in car 81 join the chase.
Just index, make, model, colour when you got a second, please.
An Audi A3 in black.
Just been made aware of an activation on a black Audi A3 that we're looking for. Potentially involved in drug supply within the Ipswich area.
The Audi is now dodging them through a maze of terrace streets.
Kenyon Centre, lost probably Kenyon Street. Attention. That's it. I can't get up, mate. Go it off, stay there. Hands on the steering now.
Got stop. I'm seeing that as I'm pulled up.
Hodsey pulls up the suspect driver's record.
Got warning signals for violent, mental health ailment and drugs. Got a protection from harassment warning from 2011. Last dealt with in 2014 for possession of cannabis and driving whilst disqual.
Given the driver's rap sheet, Sophie and Dan are urgently required as backup.
8-1, do you get that? Heading towards them.
Yes, we're here on work. When you're told about these particular warning markers, you're just a little bit more heightened and alert to actually, okay, the slightest thing or change here could, determine how they react to us.
8-2 control.
Go ahead.
Got driver details. He's hasn't passed his driving test.
Yeah, he's got a provisional licence, no points. Provisional licence holder only.
Sophie and Dan have now caught up. The driver has confessed to only having a provisional licence, which means he can't drive alone. But he doesn't seem to understand that.
We're going to search the car, and then we're going to deal with you. You may well be arrested. What for? You're driving a car without the licence, aren't you?
If you're disqualified, I'm insured, isn't it?
Well, that doesn't mean you can drive it, does it?
No, I'm not banned.
Well, you're going on supervising, have you?
So whose is the car?
My missus's.
She giving you permission to drive it?
I'm insured to drive it, sir.
Okay, that's not answering my question.
Yeah, well, I'm insured to drive it. If I'm insured to drive it, I can drive it.
Well,
the person
not
who was
exactly
at,
how it works.
The person who was at the passenger is gone.
On that occasion, well, I've got insurance though, so what's the big issue? Well, the fact that you haven't got a licence is probably the bigger issue than the fact that you haven't not insured.
With such an extensive criminal history, driving without a licence means the team have to search the car.
Right, do you have anything on you?
No.
This sharp.
I've just come back from the theory place.
Well, you've seen us and then started driving like an idiot, haven't you?
No.
Hammer in the car.
Hammering?
Yeah.
It's a 1.4. How the fuck can I hammer that?
Well, it's only a 30 mile an hour road, so go quicker than that, wouldn't it?
Look. I ain't hammered anything, sir.
Hammered it or not, he can't drive alone on a provisional.
You check behind these seats, yeah?
I'm
of the same mindset as you.
With nothing found in the car, the suspect will now be taken for a strip search.
Especially the way he's fidgeting around.
John, they take me for a strip search?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on then.
Well, we're in our own time.
So why don't we just do it here now?
We're not going to strip search you in the street. Thank you, Sophie.
The car will be seized, but the man still doesn't see the problem with only having a provisional licence.
Go there, strip search and back, yeah?
Well, we've got to deal with the offences that we've got, haven't we?
What offences?
You haven't got a licence.
He's likely to receive points on his licence and a fine. When he does get his licence, those 6 points that are already on there will just make him disqualified straight away.
The car is off to the impound. With no drugs found on the driver, the Sentinels give him a lift home. But it looks like it's going to be a long time before he gets back on the road.
I went for my theory today, I failed it. It's the worst down my life.
I didn't feel sorry for him. The fact that he failed his theory test that morning and continued to drive without anybody supervising in the afternoon, is then tried to get away from us, is clearly not somebody that should be driving on the roads.
But almost missing the Audi is the big talking point for Woody and Sam.
He's there! You're looking at him. I'm judging for people coming out of cats. Like, it's there! You just stopped. I'm like, I can't get out! Fucking around that close.
As the team end their day, drug dealers and dangerous drivers breathe a sigh of relief. But only until the next Sentinel shift starts.